Hey everybody, welcome to Galen's World. I'm Galen, and this is BG.
Howdy.
From Stirrin The Pot. And BG and his wife, right, will be going over to North Carolina. On
Hendersonville,
North Carolina. They're going to be taking their catering business, food truck business / over there and be cooking for the folks. Tell us about it, BG. What's going to be happening?
Well, first of all, we want to thank our donators and the people that's giving us the ability. You know, we got hands and feet, but we ain't got much of a wallet, so it really comes in handy to have people that'll step up to the plate and be the monetary value, that helps us keep going. So, thanks to the people that contribute, and we'll be your hands and feet. So, we're going to head over to Hendersonville, North Carolina. We're going to leave Sunday morning. Our plan is to cook 500 meals a day for 3 days. We're going to have a pretty decent menu. We're going to do a yakisoba, which is a Japanese noodle dish, like a stir-fry hamburger. Then we're going to do spaghetti. We're going to do garlic bread. We're probably going to do bread. I don't know how the garlic is going to come out. We'll try, but at least bread. We're going to do a red beans and rice day. And then I've got a bunch of packets of meat in the fridge. I'm going to take my smoker and smoke it up and add a little extra. But that's the bulk of the 3 meals. I also going to try to pull off some breakfast burritos. So for them 3 days, we're going to cook as much as we can, shooting for 500 a day.
Free food to everybody.
Free food. Roll up, pick it up. We're going to be set up in a church parking lot. And then there's a chance we might be at the American Legion as well. But he said, once you get set up, I think we're just going to keep you here. Yeah. Don't make you move. And I'm like, that's genius right there.
Where are you going to be staying out overnight, sleeping at?
In that beautiful little trailer we got over there. We bought us some cots. It's got a little pad on them. And instead of making a fuss over anything, we're just going to have our little kitchen set up. And when everything comes out of the trailer, we're just going to set up a few little lights in there, my little generator, and just sleep in the trailer.
You're used to camping, plus you're military too. You've roughed it before. Different terrains and situations.
I believe it was my sister-in-law asked, kind of that same question. I was like, I've slept in a hole in the ground that I had to dig myself. That's gravy right there. I mean, that's too easy.
What was that saying your friend on Facebook said recently, who's a military buddy, says, if it ain't raining, you ain't training?
That's right. If it ain't raining, you ain't training.
Yeah. Well,
that's military logic. If it makes sense, don't do it.
Yeah. So you've had experience doing this sort of thing before, haven't you?
I got into disaster / flood relief. 2016 was my jump right in, and wow, so it was the Great Flood of 2016 for New Orleans area, Louisiana. That's where I met up with the Cajun Army. And then the next year, Hurricane Harvey hit, and we went to Texas and stayed down there for 7 months. The first thing I got into with the food was just witnessing it and actually getting to enjoy the good food that all those Cajun ladies and guys was preparing for the volunteers. And it's nice, to be able to have a good hot meal when you're out volunteering and not having to worry about stopping, go and find a gas station somewhere and eat an old crappy burrito or something. They'd come and cook on site or cook it and bring it to us. And then when we got to Texas, that was where the bigger stuff started hitting. I actually hooked up with quite a few great contacts, big scale operations where they'll come in and feed thousands. And then I took one day, I was like, hey, y'all been cooking for people for, the past couple weeks. I'm going to cook for y'all tonight. And they was like, here's the equipment, here's the food, cook away. And they was like, that's something good and different. It's something they don't normally, get. It's somebody to cook for them. And then while we were staying in Texas, I used to cook for the volunteers there at a church in Hampshire. Because the ladies from Louisiana would come over with big trays and stuff and cook weeks worth and freeze them for us. But you always don't want a freezer meal. Sometimes it's nice to make some fresh stuff. So I used to make us some fresh stuff and cook breakfast every now and again. And then we come here, and things changed, you know, and I got out of the drywalling business recently and started our own little cooking business, and that started off because of a dude that I met here through the tornado. I forgot to mention that. We had the tornado here,
Yeah.
and we was cooking over on Lehman.
Yeah.
We were cooking about 1,200 meals a day for that tornado.
Right.
But anyway, I made some contact with a dude named Mike with the Church of Christ, and he asked me about 6 months ago when we had that tornado hour away, Central.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you have cooking equipment?" And I was like, "Man, I could do a wedding or something, but feed a couple hundred people, no."
Yeah.
And I decided that day I was going to buy equipment. I was like, "He'll never be able to ask me again," and I say no. So after we bought the equipment, I was like, "Hey, let's make the equipment pay for itself." So I got out of drywalling and started cooking down there on the road. And you see where it's evolved from that.
Now you're at a factory doing their catering business for them on the
Well,
inside.
I can't say catering, it's
Well,
more of a food truck.
Or a food truck, yeah. Inside, though, they provide the space. And
Yeah, they let me come in, keep me out of the rain, keep me out of the weather. It helps them. They don't get a very long lunch. They can't leave. They get paid a straight 8, so they don't have the ability to leave and really get anything worth anything.
Plus, you're completely legal. You're
Yeah.
certified with the State of Kentucky Department of Health.
Yep.
You got all your permits and licenses.
Good to go.
You passed all your inspections.
Yes, sir. Kind of proud of that.
uh,
I was just wanting a courtesy inspection, so I set everything up in the yard and had the lady come by, and she's like, "Hey, you got it all. I don't really need to come back to check for anything because it's already here." And I thought I was just going to get Bowling Green, and she's like, "I'm going to give you a statewide certificate." And I'm like, "Wow."
plus,
pretty
you got the flexibility to leave, like the factory. If you can't, you tell them that you're going to North Carolina, they understand.
I'm my own boss kind of thing.
They're not like they can't hold you back. 'Cause
Not at all. We have 0 contracts, 0 signatures, word of mouth. And I asked him the other day, the dude that found me and wanted me to come, I was like, "How's it going?" He's like, "I've had no complaints." I'm like, "Well, that's it. That's all that matters."
Yeah. As long as your customers are happy, that's all that matters.
I had the best compliment ever the other day. A guy was sitting there eating. He looked up and he said, "This is better than a raise." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, first of all, you got good food. You're consistent. It's cheaper than us going anywhere, and we're not eating out of that vending machine. It's just better than a raise." And I'm like, "Man, that's a pretty good compliment. It's better than money."
Yeah. I've heard that the success of a restaurant, if you can consistently serve hot food on time with good service, with a clean atmosphere. You know, of course, you're a different food truck.
Yeah.
But that's one of the main ingredients to success for restaurants. Customers want that consistent,
Yeah.
hot food on time, good service, friendly service.
Well, I kind of got them cornered over there at that factory. They can't leave. So my key to success is make smell good food.
Yeah.
The factory smells it when I'm in there cooking, and they can't go anywhere anyway. So I
Plus,
kind
you
of
got
got
the
them.
personality. People like you. You're friendly. That makes a difference too. You give them good service.
Yeah. I
And
was
you're a
telling
salesman. You can.
That's what I was getting at. I was telling the guy day before yesterday. I was like, I don't sell food. I sell myself. They buy the food because they bought into me.
Yeah.
You know.
When you were doing prior, ministry work or going out cooking for the disasters, didn't you have a organization online you were involved with?
A few.
Was it a military organization?
Like Bug Out Military, that
Yeah.
one? Yeah. That's what we're taking our donation link through now is that link still.
Yeah.
Our PayPal was set up for that. It was a 501c3. We haven't used it for a few years, so it's lapsed, so I probably got to pay them a bunch of money if I want to get it back up and going. You know how the government is. They want their 2 cents. But Bug Out Military, it's about prepping and survival and everything, and we started helping veterans at first, and then it branched off to helping other people, then it branched off to, hey, let's go to Louisiana, and then, hey, let's go to Texas, and it's come a long way. I think we established that in 2014, so we're talking 10 years.
Well, do you anticipate any dangers going over to Hendersonville, North Carolina?
Always. Anytime you're traveling with a trailer, there's always a chance of something crazy happening on the road. Other than normal, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think looters are going to come by and be like, "Give me all your hamburgers."
Well, I think if anything, you and your wife will get a blessing from it. You know, God will protect you, you know, give you all the strength you need to do what you got to do to get the job done, you know.
I've never believed in karma. I believe that's, you know, reincarnation. You did something in a past life
Yeah.
affecting this one. But I do believe in you sow good seeds, you'll produce good fruit.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we're doing good things and it'll come back, you know.
Yeah, I think so too. People have different ways of giving, like I've been talking about on this video series about the homeless. Even though, you know, I'm here with my wife as caregiver, I can't really get out and help the homeless. I can, you know, anybody can give money to them on the streets, but they say there's more productive ways, like to give online, give it to Salvation Army or Red Cross or something like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing. But just like with you, they can't go with you to North Carolina to help you cook. A lot of people can't because they're got job stuff, but they can give through your online donation.
Y'all can be the wallet and we can be your hands and feet. That's the way I've always said it, you know. I've always been a poor boy, so that's always been a big part of it. It's like, I ain't got the money to do all these things that I've been fortunate enough to accomplish. It's through others' monetary giving that's helped me. I mean, we stayed in Texas for 7 months, Gabe.
Yeah.
That's a long time to,
Oh, yeah.
you know, there's bills to be paid, car payments and insurance, you know, and that all was taken care of. They was like, hey, we can't be there, but you can. Keep going.
Well, tell everybody where they can donate again.
Well, you can find us on Stirrin The Pot.
That's
our business page. And then we got Bug Out Military. And then my personal page has the link as well. If anybody wants... Buamgardner, B-A-U-M, Gardner, G-A-R-D-N-E-R.
That's J-O-N, right?
Yes, sir. But if anybody wants to give right before we leave, you got from now to Sunday. We're leaving Sunday morning. We're going to go. We just got a call last night. A guy said, hey, come over here to, actually it's the former commander of the VFW, said come over here to a welding shop right behind us here on Industrial. We're going to fill up all your propane tanks right before you go.
Yeah.
So I don't have to take half tanks or turn in half tanks and get all good full. So we got somebody going to fill up the truck for us to start. That's through the Kentucky Veteran Brigade. He brought us a bunch of totes and a bunch of forks. Give us a check. All kind of stuff. It's coming together. We got another local guy here named Donald. Donald's the man. He asked me yesterday, he said, BG, you want 45 bushels of taters? And I was like, no. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Go just taters? 45 bushels of taters. I was like, I'll take 3 or 4 max. But he got me 4 bushels of green peppers, 4 bushels of onions, a couple checks from his friends and his sister, gas cans. You know, he's really come in hard. So, Donald, you're the man.
All right, BG, I appreciate you coming over from right next door.
Right
We're
next
neighbors.
door.
Didn't have far to go.
I did.
Here on the front porch. And I wish you all the best of luck. And
well, thank you, Galen. Appreciate you having me.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all listening to us ramble.
Okay. Well, you all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in to Galen's World YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time. Remember, keep your chin up, keep working hard, stay positive, stay safe.
God bless.
See you later.